Hello everyone, this is not FX. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down my outlook on EURUSD and potentially GBP USD. Right. First of all, we're getting straight into it. Right. First of all, if you look at the trend, right, if we look at our higher time frames, which is the daily, the weekly, and and others, right? We can see that we've been bullish, right? We've been bullish, right? Meaning that we've been forming higher highs and higher lows, right? We've been forming higher highs and higher lows, right? So what I want you guys to put your attention to right now, focus your attention to right now is this bit of price action that we have right here, right? This bit of price action that we have right here, right? So if we go back, we can see that our daily, right? Or if we go back, we can see a structure has been formed right here, right? Potentially, this is my daily. This is my daily, right? If we go on the daily, we can see that this is the structure that was formed, right? This is the structure that was formed, right? We came, right? We formed this low, we formed this high, low, we formed this high, we formed this low, we formed this high, right? And then we pulled back, and then we formed another high, right? What do we expect? What do we expect after a break of structure? We expect a pullback on that particular time frame, right? So if we get a daily break of structure, we expect a daily pullback and all of that. A lot of this is documented on my private mentorship. So if you want to get in, just try to contact me and get linked up, right? So this zone right here was actually marked out, right, since before it played out, and we can see perfectly how it played, right? We tap and then we went straight to take out these highs right here. So what my focus is right now is looking to play this pullback all the way back to this zone that we have right here, right? Looking to play the pullback back to this zone that we have right here, right? We can see potentially this was a flip zone, right, that actually reacted from supplies right here and then broke structure right here. This is not actually clear, not the actual type, the actual clear type, right? But what I'm looking at right now is this zone right here. This is potential. This is a potential demand zone that we can expect market to bounce off of and create new highs. But we can't wait for market to come down up to this zone before we take our buys, right? What we can look for is we can look to take shots, or we can look to sell, right? All the way back to these lows, right? All the way back to this demand zone, and then wait for confirmation, and then we can adapt and take the market to the upside, right? So what I'm looking at right now is on the 4 hour, right? If you look at the 4 hour, this is my 4 hour structure, right? This is actually very messy, but this is my 4 hour range right here. If I just move this to this side, right? So right? So this is my 4 hour range right now. If I remove this quickly, right, and then replace with this, right? This is my 4 hour range right now. So for me to be very, very clear, for me to know that this daily is going to pull back, I want to see a 4 hour break of structure, a pullback, shorts, and then look to take a profit at this zone. Of course, I'm going to take my partials on our way back down to this demand zone right here, right? So if we go to the 15 minutes, right, potentially you can see that this was the trade I took on Friday, right, which was a very lovely trade, which was a very, very lovely trade. So right now, right now, what am I looking to do? Right, what am I looking to do? This is my 15-minute range, right? This is my 15-minute structure right here. It's my 15-minute low, and this is my 15-minute swing high, right? This is my swing low, and this is my swing high, right? For me to be very, very sure that the 4 hour is going to pull back, you can see this price action right here. This price action right here is very, very messy. So we have to be very, very careful on whatever we do on this time frame, right? We have to be very, very cautious of whatever we do, right? So if we look at it right now, what I'm looking to do right now, I'm not looking to wait for break of structure below this low or below this low, right? If I wait for break of structure below this low before I take my shots, I think that would be very, very lovely, right? And I think that would be a very, very high probability setup. Of course, if I wait for a break of structure below this low, right below this low right here, that will be a very lovely trade to take, right? And then I'm going to wait for the pullback, and then I'm going to look to take shots, right? But I don't want to wait for all of that, right? I want to follow price action. I want to follow what price action is doing, right? So what is my inner range right now? First, my inner range was this, right? This was my inner range. This is my low, my 15 minutes high, right? And then we got this 15-minute change of character. You can see I labeled it 15-minute change of character. If you look at it, you can see that we wicked above, right? For a change of character, we don't need to see a body close. We can potentially, if we see a wick, right, a wick break that high, and then we can classify that as a change of character. So this is my change of character up, and this is my change of character down, right? And then I wait for pullback into this zone, right, into the extreme supply zone, and then I look for my confirmation. I'm not going to cover that in this topic right now, right? And then I looked for shorts, and this was where I took my profits, right? So if we go to the 1 hour where I took my profits right there, you can see that we have this base kind of base range right here. But this is not actually too clean. This is not too clean, right? But I used it to tally with my structure right here, and that made me to take my profit at this zone, right? So right now, like I say, right, this price action is messy and not so clean, right? But I'm so confident, right? I'm so confident, and I'm willing to take the risk, right? This is not financial advice, of course, right? But I'm willing to take the risk of taking shots, right, all the way back to the extreme, uh, uh, extreme part of this daily demand zone, right? So going back to the 15 minutes, what I'm looking to do right now is I want to see the market break this high, right? I want to see this market. You can see you can see I've labeled this inner range, right? This inner range structure. You can see I've labeled these inner structures, right? So what I want to see a break above this high, right? Because if I see a break above this high, that will confirm that this is a demand zone. And then I want to see this fail, right? I want to see this demand zone right here that will be created after we break above. But I want to see it fail. Once I see it fail, right, that will give me more confidence in taking right cells, right? Because this if this breaks, right, it's actually telling me that the 15-minute structure, the 15-minute inner structure is aligning bearish, and then I should be looking to follow it. I'm going to wait for pullbacks, and I'm going to look for shorts, right? If I look for shorts right here, I'm going to be looking to take 50% of my profits right here, or maybe 30%, right, just to cover for my risk. And then I'm going to look to swing this trade all the way, right? I'm going to look to swing this trade all the way back down to this demand zone right here, right? I'm going to look to swing it back to this demand zone right here. You can see this is a very lovely area of demand, where we can see there was a response in supply, and then demand took control, and then we took this high out, took this high, and then we took this high, right? So you can see that this is a very beautiful and lovely area of demand, which I think if the market should come back down, right? Which I think if the market should come back down to that zone, where I think we should see a response, right, back up as a retracement, and then we should continue the trend back down, right? So that is what I'm looking to do on Euro USD, right? This is what I'm looking to do on Euro USD. We're just going through it, summarizing this, right? I want to see a break of structure above this high. Once I see a break of structure above this high, right, that will confirm to me that this is a demand zone, and then I'm going to wait for this demand zone to fail, right? Once this fails, I'm going to wait for the pullback, right? Patience is key. Be patient for all this to play out. Wait for this pullback. Once you get this pullback, entry from here, and then we'll look to take this all the way back down, right? So that is my focus on Euro USD. Next trade is going to be GBP USD. GBP USD, you can see I took a loss on GBP USD, waiting for this retracement. Well, this was a beautiful, lovely area of demand that I was waiting for. I wait for liquidity sweep, wait for break of structure, I wait for alignment. And you can see after taking me out, you can see this push up to the upside, right? So what am I looking for GBP USD. What I'm looking for GBP USD right now, if we go to the weekly, GBP USD, I'm bearish on, right? I'm bearish on due to a lot of reasons, right? Reasons like the fundamentals and others, right? So GPUs I'm bearish on, and right now I think this pair is aligning for some shorts, right? But am I going to wait until the trade, until the market pulls all the way, taking maybe weeks, or maybe a week, or 5 days, 4 days before it gets to me? No, I can look for intraday setups, intraday meaning daily setups like that, right? So um, what I'm waiting for right now is, you can see I marked this out, right? I marked this out. This is my right. So you can see I marked out this 4 hour range that we're playing on, right? This is actually very messy because this was doing, I think, was it? This was due to the news event. Was it inflation, right? So this was CPI, right? This was CPI that caused all of these volatile movements in the market. Right, you can see that the price action is not so clear, right? So right now, what do I see? I see that this 15-minute structure broke to the upside, right, and then we broke to the downside. So you can see the range I'm playing on right now. So you can see the range that I'm playing on right now is this range, right? Right, this is my low, this is my high, and this is my break to the downside, right? So So sorry about that. So you can see this is my 15-minute structure right now, right? The time frames I work with is the 4 hour and the 15 minutes most of the times, right? But I look at my higher time frames, the daily, the weekly, right, to see where we are at that moment, right? So what I'm looking for right now for GBPUSD is, right now you can see that we have kind of aligned bearish internally, right? Because we came back into this zone, right? You can see I marked this out, right? Refining this, you can see that we can refine it to this doji right here, right? But I'm just going to leave it like this. But if I draw it to the side like this, right, you can see that we tap into that zone. We almost came into the extreme point of that zone, and then we gave this volatile action to the downside, right? So potentially, if you want to scale into this position, if you want to go into this position right now, you're going to be taking this zone, and they are going to be doing something like this. Not financial advice, of course, right? But I am not going to be entering this trade right here. Why I'm not going to be entering this trade right here? Why? Because first, number one, right, when market opens, we are going to open with widespread. Well, you can see this week that we see right here, right? This week, you can see that the market pushed down, and then we started to go back up, and then the market closed, right? So we don't know what will happen. Of course, we have to be patient and then wait for more development on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, of course, right? When we see that development, and then we can look to adapt and follow the trend, right? So, but what I see right now is, I want this 15-minute structure to hold, right? If this 15-minute structure holds, I'm going to be looking for my lower time frame entries right here. Potentially, I'm going to be looking for 15-minute alignments, alignment to the BS, right? Alignment to the downside, and then I'm going to be looking to follow the structure, right? So what I want to see right now is, if the market opens and then we tapped this supply zone, and then we did this, right? I'm going to be focusing on Euro USD as well. When we do this, if Euro USD should tap to, when we do this, if Euro USD should take this high out, right? If Euro USD should take this high out and then pulling back, then that would give me more confidence in taking this trade, right? In taking this trade, because I'm going to wait for this break. I'm going to wait for this break. Once I get this break, I'm going to wait for the pullback, and then I'm going to jump on my lower time frames, and then I'm going to look for entries to the downside. So that's what I'm looking for right now for GBP USD. Not complicated, right? Because we're going to be patient, right? We're going to be patient, and then we are going to wait for a very high probability setup, and then we are going to take that, right? If I take this trade right now, what do I expect? Right? What do I expect? Right? If I take this trade right here, of course, I'm going to be aiming uh much lower, right? But I'm not going to be, I'm going to be very, very careful in taking this trade, because you can see I marked out a zone right here. I'm not going to disclose that right now, right? That would be unfair to my private mentorship, right? My private mentorship, whatever. We sell as not spellers, right? So this is a logical area, right? A logical area in the sense that I'm expecting bearish structure to form after we tap into this zone, right? So that's why I labeled it a logical area, because that's a very sensitive area where I think bears could step into the market and then take this market to the downside, right? So I'm going to be very, very skeptical. My high probability setup is going to be on Euro USD, right? It's going to be on Euro USD, and I'm going to keep focus on that 100%. That's what I'm going to do, right? So this will be the end of the video. Right? Going to be posting this video on my YouTube channel as well. So please like, subscribe, comment any type of video you guys want. I'm working on some beginner series I'm going to post on my YouTube, right? So feel free to comment whatever type of what type of video you want, any type of video you want. You can feel free to put that in the comment section, and I'm going to go through it and get back to you guys, right, with any type of video you guys want. I also have a private community, right, where I teach individuals how to trade, and simply make money from trading alongside me, right? So even though you don't know anything about forex, right, I have it all documented from beginner series to advanced, right, where I'm going to be teaching you how to trade in these markets comfortably. And while you are learning, you can also be earning, right? Because you're going to be following my signals, and we are going to be taking high probability setups like this. You can see this trade run for 9 hours. Of course, I took two losses, right? I took two losses on GU, right? So I ended my week with 7 hours, 7.6 hours, right? So which is actually very, very lovely, right? If you can make 7.6 hours a month, like you'll be a rich man or woman, right? Like if you can consistently make 7% a month, right? That's like that would be that's so lovely, and great, right? If you can make 7 hours a month, right? That's so great. And we made this on Friday, just Friday, right? Because the price action was not so lovely, right? Because we had a lot of news. We have news, sensitive news, right? That we had to step out of the market so that we don't get our accounts blown, right? So this will be the end of the video, right? Let me share your thoughts, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Let's get it.